Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a John Deere push mower. It's a 1.4 SB, has a Kawasaki engine on it. The story behind this, it was in a barn for like 8 to 10 years, just sitting there, and they had an auction sale, and the customer bought it. They want to know if I could get it running for them, so we'll check into it, see if we can't get it running. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the recoil off so we can get the tank off. There's no gas in there, but it looks like there's scum on the side of the inside of the gas tank. So I'm gonna spray some cleaner in there and blow that out real good so none of that ends up in the carburetor when we get the carburetor cleaned up. And there's 4 10mm nuts on this. So we gotta take this screen off the flywheel, and that's a 3/4. Stuff that sits around for a long time. You gotta make sure the tank's nice and clean. You clean the carburetor out. Any dirt inside the tank, more than likely it's gonna clog up your carburetor, so you actually do all that work for nothing. So we're gonna do is we might as well do it right. I'm gonna hook this fuel line and unhook it from the carburetor. It's full of oil, but we need to change it. It's kind of hard to show you in there, but there's a lot of like yellow scuds in there. I'm gonna spray some carburetor cleaner in there and swish it around and blow it out real good before we put it back on. Then we have the top off. Mice like getting in there, so I want to make sure the coil wires ain't chewed up on it. Now these old Kawasaki engines, I swear these things are probably 100 years down the road, they'll probably still be running. They were built really, really good. Even on them John Deere like RX 95s, rear engine riders, they had them 12.5 horsepower Kawasaki's on them. Doggone, them are good motors. So it looks like 2 10mm bolts. Take that carburetor off. Just kind of remember how you take it apart so you can put it back together the right way. Here's our choke linkage and our governor linkage. There we go. I'm going to kind of clean the outside off a little bit before we tear it apart. Okay, and this bolt on the bottom is 12mm. Wasn't in on there really tight. And you gotta remember where that drain screw is. So it sits like this. Drain screw towards the front. And a lot of debris in the bottom of that. Okay, right here, I'm gonna take this overflow tube off. Right here's your pilot jet. Before you stick it in the cleaner, it's a good thing to go ahead and take this out. That was full of rust and stuff too. But there's 2 holes on the side and 1 in the center. That's all clogged up. You can't even see that hole. So I'm gonna boil that out with the carburetor. And right here on the carburetor, right there, that's your main jet. Alright, go ahead and stick this in here. I'm probably gonna do it probably 25 minutes so. And while that's getting cleaned, I'm gonna go ahead and drain the oil and put a new plug in there. Well, let's come to the front of the motor. This thing sat in a real damp area. Kind of got your corrosion on top of the spark plug there. It was burning really good when it was running. BPR5ES. So I'll go grab a new plug. I think on these Kawasaki's between 28 and 30. I don't have a book, but I think that's about it. Right there between 28 and 30. And you know, being this thing hasn't ran in a while, you don't have to do this, but I like doing this. Just get a little bit of WD-40 and just give a little squirt in there. Just kind of lubricate the rings a little bit and stuff before we start it. They're probably really dry. I like doing that on everything that sits for a while and just push it down there till it clicks. Okay, well I guess we'll just wait till the carburetor's done and we'll put that back together in. Okay, it's got her out of the cleaner. Looks a lot better than it did. Now this pilot jet, it was clogged up. So what I use is this a piece of a flywheel brake cable off a push mower. You just unfray it and just stick it in there and clean it out. And these holes in the side, block one of them and spray another one. There should be a fine stream that comes out that top. See that nice stream that comes out of there? That means it's nice and clean. Same with our main jet. That jet right here. Stick a wire in there and make sure it's nice and clean. Spray a little carburetor cleaner in there. The bowl gasket looks good. It's not cracked or tore, so we're going to reuse it. And on the needle here, that little black tip, make sure it's not bulged out and no crap on it. Put our pin in there, and it's one of them pins that you kind of press in there the rest of the way. Just like that, so it's even on both sides. Check that gasket out, make sure it's not cracked and stuff. And you want that pointed towards the outside of the motor so you can get to that screw. Now a pilot jet, just put it in there. Make sure it's tight. And this little overflow hose. Now we can go and put this thing all back together on the mower here. Okay, let's get the choke linkage on. And on the spring, kind of bend it over some more so it stays hooked. Just like so. A little dust in there. I'm going to blow that out real quick. You have to readjust that throttle here so the choke kicks in. Kind of sticking on us. Okay, I sprayed some stuff in the gas tank and I blew it out. Put this hanger bracket back up, spacers back on. Now we need to put that screen. Now that boot for the carburetor, you gotta get that on there so no dust. There we go. And the air filter looked pretty good. I blew it out. Don't look like it got wet or anything. Now let's add some oil. I think they take about like a half a quart or so. There's a gauge on the back side of the oil can. Put 16 ounces in there and we'll check it. You can see it's right on full. Alright, before I start it, I want to check the blade clutch on this. This is one of the mowers where you start it and the motor just runs. The blade does not spin until you engage the blade. So being it sat for so long, I just want to make sure everything looks alright under there. Okay, the bearing is good. The spring looks good in there. It's not clumped up with a lot of grass. It's nice and clean in there. The being we have it up like this, I might as well take the blade off and sharpen it real quick. Two bolts hold these blades on. I don't even see it in here. But you always want to check that spring, or that big thick spring right there. Make sure no cracks or breaks in it. Looks really good. Let's go sharpen this blade real quick. Okay, you always want the wings to go up. To go up in here, you don't want to have them upside down. You want the wings to go up. Okay. I guess what's left now is put some gas in it and start it up. Let's grab some gas here. Now let's use premium around here. Premium, no ethanol. Put it around the choke. Well, them are good running engines, them old Kawasaki's. Anyway, I hope this video helps you out. Appreciate you watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please subscribe. Anyway, you guys have a good afternoon.